Say it's here where our pieces fall in place. Any rain softly kisses us on the face. Anywhere means we're running. We can sleep and see them coming. Where we drift and call it dreaming. We can weep and call it singing. Where we pray when our hearts are strong enough. We can bow 'cause our music's warmer than blood. Where we see enough to follow. We can hear when we are hollow. Where we keep the light we're given. We can lose and call it living. Where the sun
I just can't believe the day is finally here. It's truly the best day of our lives, and I just can't wait to marry you. Can't wait to make our union official, and I'm just so lucky to have you in my life. Truly, you are a true gift to me, Dominique. I love you so much.
For all the love you left behind, you can have mine.
Dear Brett, my love, I have been waiting to give you this special card ever since I purchased it in St. Ignace at the Museum of Ojibwa Culture. Instantly when I saw it, I knew I wanted to give it to you on our wedding day. Today we will stand just as the beautiful couple painted on this cover does, hand in hand, hearts open and deep into each other's eyes. I want you to know how proud I am to be able to express my promise as your wife to you and to proclaim my love and devotion of all of our family and friends. As we walk the path we have chosen as husband and wife, know how truly excited and happy I am is that it is out your hands I get to hold. Arms I can be held in, and a heart that I can be loved by. Similarly, it is my deepest joy to hold you and cherish you today. I cannot wait to say I do in a lifetime of authenticity, creativity, laughter, and adventure together. 2 years before I asked you to marry me, I asked your parents for something very special that I have been holding onto since then. In anticipation of this day, your dad and his sisters very generously gave me your grandfather's Xavier class ring. And today I share it with you with a new edition of a gemstone, which symbolizes through Indian and Persian tales, protector of harmonious relationships. I know how much Grandpa Ralph meant to you, and you to him. I hope you feel him even more today as you carry this ring with you. Brett, I love you with all my heart. I'm so excited to marry you and call you my husband. With all my love, Dominique.
So we're here to celebrate the wedding of Dominique and Brett, and I'm with the father of the groom, and I just want to tell you that we just want to celebrate and have the most magnificent evening and celebrate their lives together. I'm so overwhelmed with everything and with the love and everything that has been shown by everybody in both families. Brett and Dominique, we wish you the best from our hearts, and we know that this will continue into the future. Dad and I, Brett, we're going to carry on celebrating, and Dom, and we're going to be doing a lot more of these family occasions together because, Marky, we're brothers now. Pass it on to you.
And I will have to say, as father of the groom, I am overwhelmed by the friendship and warmth, caring group of people that have accepted us in our family. You know, and you've got a good guy in Brett, my son. I raised him well. He's a unique young man, and he's very much in love with Dom. The South African family, I already feel like they're my family. It's only been a couple days. So. Love you guys, Brett and Dom. Great future. We're going to be here for you. We love you. We're surrounded by love from South Africa to Kentucky and through. So we love you. Thank you. Gavin, thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Dommy and Brett, hi. You've always asked me and Karen what the secret is of marriage and how our relationship is so strong, and how unique our relationship is, and what is our secret. And I found something with Karen's help that I thought would be really meaningful for you if I read it for you now. And Dommy, you'll know who it's from. It's Khalil Gibran, and I'm going to read it out to you now. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. Give one another of your bread, but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together and be joyous. Let each of you be alone, even as the strings of a lute are alone, that they quiver with the same music. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping. For only the hand of life can contain your hearts, and stand together, yet not too near together. For the pillars of the temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grow in each other's shadow. Hope that's meaningful for you. Love you lots.
It is in the presence of the divine, in this wonderful gathering of family, friends, and loved ones, that we are appreciative to be able to experience this beautiful moment together. It is with due respect that this couple thanks all of you for your presence here this evening. But I believe I speak for all of us that we are so grateful that this couple allowed us the opportunity to be present with them. For whatever stage you have met these individuals in your life or in their life, they have been lights. For all of us who have gathered here this evening, we cherish the lights that shine so brightly that we know as Brett and Dominique. Both of you carry warmth. You carry a welcoming spirit. Becoming one in matrimony tonight does not enlarge your light, but it strengthens your light to endure. Together, you will push, support, widen, and deepen the best qualities about yourselves. You will be oil to her lamp, Brett. You will be a stronger wick to his candle, that you both may continue to shine. We're going to ask now that Kevin, Brett's dear friend throughout his life, would come and give us our first reading.
Khalil Gibran, on love. Speak to us of love. And he raised his head and looked upon the people, and there fell a stillness upon them. And with a great voice he said, when love beckons to you, follow it, though its ways are hard and steep. And when its wings enfold you, yield to it. Love gives not, but itself, and takes not, but from itself. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed. For love is sufficient unto love. When you love, you should not say, God is in my heart, but rather, I am in the heart of God. And think not you can direct the course of love. If it finds you worthy, love directs your course. Love has no other desire but to fulfill itself. But if you love, let love be your desire, to melt and be like a running brook that sings its melody to the night, to know the pain of too much tenderness, to be wounded by your own understanding of love, and to bleed willingly and joyfully, to wake at dawn with a winged heart and give thanks for another day of loving, to rest at the noon hour and meditate on love's ecstasy, to return home at eventide with gratitude, and then to sleep with a prayer for the beloved in your heart and a song of praise upon your lips. Khalil Gibran, on love.
Justine will now come with our second reading, Dominique's cousin.
A passage from The Alchemist, written by Brazilian novelist Paulo Coelho. When he looked into her eyes, he learned the most important part of the language that all the world speak, the language that everyone on earth was capable of understanding in their heart. It was love, something older than humanity, more ancient than the desert. What the boy felt at that moment was that he was in the presence of the only woman in his life, and that, with no need for words, she recognized the same thing. Because when you know the language, it's easy to understand that someone in the world awaits you, whether it's in the middle of the desert or in some great city. And when two such people encounter each other, the past and the future become unimportant. There is only that moment and the incredible certainty that everything under the sun has been written by one hand only. It is the hand that evokes love and creates a twin soul for every person in the world. Without such love, one's dreams would have no meaning.
Various mediums have often tried to describe to us the definition of love. Artists, poets, authors have all shared their definitions with us. Rembrandt painted the Jewish bride to convey the emotions of love. Zora Neale Hurston described love as the thing that makes your soul crawl out of its hiding place. Musiq Soulchild said love, but better or worse, I still will put you first. The Apostle Paul wrote to a group of believers in a city called Corinth, and he told them that love is patient and love is kind. It's not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is hopeful, and it endures through every circumstance. Many talk about what love is and what love does, but oftentimes we need to be reminded about what love isn't. It is not easy. It is not convenient. And often love is not our first response. Brett, marriage and the lifelong commitment you're making to Dominique is not a blank canvas, because she brings her own beauty for you to behold. Dominique, marriage to Brett is not a blank recipe, for he brings his own flavor to your life. But your life together will be the work of love you all commit to each other. And all of us can testify to the way you look at each other, the way you talk about each other, your tender caress, that you all love each other. This wonderful ceremony and all of the emotions we feel today will soon pass. But your love for each other, those long walks you took on the beach when you were first dating, the sacrifices of moving cross country and traversing all over the place to be with each other, the sacrifices that you made to endure long distance through your relationship, to make sure that you all could pursue the passions and dreams that each other desire. That is what love is about. And that is what we all have come to celebrate today. And we wish you much love, a blessed future, and a wonderful marriage. Brett was watching Avatar one day, and he decided that there was a powerful scene in that movie that represented how he wanted each of us to be a part of this wonderful ceremony. I'm going to ask that you would take your right hand and place it on the shoulder of the person in front of you. It is a communal laying on of hands. And the laying on of hands of cross cultures signifies blessing, signifies connection. And this wasn't just a cute movie scene, but it represents tonight our strength and our support that we are lending to this couple, that their future together will be bright. I ask that you would hold this position until we finish the next two blessings. I'm going to ask that Nadia, Dominique's aunt, would come and offer to us a prayer in Arabic and then English.
تبارك هذه الندورة وهذا الجواز قد يكون الحليب والعسل حلو. أتمنى أن يكون هذا الجواز فواكه والخيال. أتمنى أن يكون مليان من الحب. أتمنى أن يكون هذا الجواز مليان بالضحك. نرجو أن تكون في الجنة. أتمنى أن يكون هذا الجواز لفتة من الرحمات، كتم من سعادة من هنا إلى الأبد. فالمرحب بالمثل القمر في السماء زرقاء صافية. May these vows and this marriage be blessed. May it be sweet milk and honey. May this marriage offer fruit and shade. May it be made of love. May this marriage be full of laughter. May it be paradise. May this marriage be a sign of compassion, a seal of happiness now and for all eternity, an omen as welcome as the moon in a clear blue sky.
Michael will now come, best friend, with a Celtic blessing.
With the first light of sun, bless you. When the long day is done, bless you. In your smiles and your tears, bless you. May the soft winds freshen your spirit. May the burdens of the day rest lightly upon you. And may the sun shine warm upon your faces. Through each day of your years, bless you, Brett and Dominique.
We are at the portion where the couple will exchange their rings. I will pull off my wedding ring. Don't tell my wife I pulled it off because she's not here. Rings are fashioned and formed in a circle so that the wearer or the observer does not know where the ring started or where it ends. And so shall be the love, the circle that you all are establishing between one another today. It's closed. Nobody else is in this space. You love your family. You love your friends. But this represents what you two are developing together. May they have the rings now, please. Dominique, I will ask that you would repeat after me. Brett, I give you this ring.
Brett, I give you this ring.
As a sign of my love.
As a sign of my love.
And faithfulness to you.
And faithfulness to you.
Please place the ring on his finger. Brett, I ask that you would repeat after me. Dominique, I give you this ring.
Dominique, I give you this ring.
As a sign of my love.
As a sign of my love.
And faithfulness to you.
And faithfulness to you.
The couple has decided to share their own vows, and Dominique will begin first.
My love, Brett, I am so excited to be standing here with you today, ready to proclaim my promise to you as your wife. I often find myself visualizing younger versions of ourselves. From infancy, both of us moving across two parallel planes, each developing our own unique personalities and experiences to eventually find each other. Our lives truly destined, our souls united long before we even knew it. I am truly grateful this lifetime has led me to you. I remember in the beginning of our relationship, you expressing to me how instead of falling, you felt like you were proudly standing up in your love for me. I remember feeling so honored by this affirmation that you, this incredibly beautiful, honest, and completely authentic person who I too had come to know and appreciate and love, stands up in his love for me. In my mind, I saw the great sequoia standing tall in the midst of the harshest fires, and some of the greatest Rasta musicians singing proudly about the things they feel so strongly about. And now, looking back on 8 years, we have grown side by side each other. I see how perfectly this expression not only describes our relationship and the love that we share, but also the incredibly passionate, truly genuine, open man that you are, and the way you choose to live wholeheartedly, proudly, and deliberately, with a deep sense of love and care for your family and friends, and an unwavering compass that leads you to make thoughtful, loving, and vibrant choices. A passionate mantra that guides you to create and appreciate the true beauty and essence of life. The small moments, nuances, and miracles that so often are passed by or ignored, you see so clearly and with such gratitude. And it is this, your truly special and beautiful way of being, that makes me feel so confident and excited about standing tall in my love for you. The lives we share and will continue to create and the family we will grow, nurture, and love together. You are truly a devoted friend to so many. Over the course of our relationship, I have had the true honor of getting to know friends from all stages of your life. Be it a recount of their own experience with your high school art class, on the basketball court, or a shared job on a distant island, it is hard to ignore the true love, respect, and enthusiasm your friends unanimously share for you and that you have for them. I am honored to call you my friend and that you call me yours. My precious Brett, strongly by my side no matter the circumstance, always right there with me, supporting me, encouraging me, inspiring me to do everything that I do. You show up readily in my life and the lives of family and friends with your joy of living, endless amounts of creativity, and the true readiness to create memories that will be cherished forever. You encourage me to be the most authentic version of myself. Push me to embrace and explore new discoveries from within. Help me to find flexibility, freedom, and openness to let go and to let in, and inspire me to find certainty in my needs, thoughts, and feelings. Thank you. Brett, today, I take you as my husband. I promise to honor you, to be a partner who encourages you to pursue the life you believe in, the passions that feed your soul, and the things you feel most connected that offer you peace and happiness. I promise to bring you pause if life gets busy, to help inspire the very essence of being that you seek and love most. I promise to be faithful to you, to take care of you, and to show up for you in moments when you need support. Be it a creative project or a questioning moment in life, I promise to appreciate you, the gift of your time and your loving heart. I promise to respect you, to be a friend you can talk to and be vulnerable with. I will always do my best to try and listen to you, to help you feel seen and understood, and to hold you tenderly as we walk together. I promise to love, care for, protect, and nourish our family. To work together as a team to create a home that feels safe, warm, inspiring, and fun. I promise to be a mother to our children that they can count on, to foster and respect their unique personalities and needs, and to love them unconditionally. And finally, I promise to stand up each and every day, no matter the circumstance, in my love for you as my husband, partner, and friend. Thank you for being my true companion and for loving me so deeply. I love and cherish you with all my heart and will do so for all the days of our lives.
Dominique Elizabeth Corey. I can't even explain how beautiful you look and how incredibly special this moment is. I really can't believe that this moment is here. It truly feels like magic. This moment to me is an affirmation of what has been there all along. My sincere and profound love for you above all things. Just as our song, In Your Eyes, says, I truly do see the doorway to the rest of my life with you. And while it's incredible that all of our favorite people in the world are here to stand before us to hear me say these things, I know I will say to them, say these words to you as often as you'd like me to, just you and me. For my vows, I'm going to share a series of thank yous and promises. And for those of you who know me as a strong and smooth person, this comment is actually too late. You've already seen me cry like 15 times. I wrote it in there, but I'm still crying and I'll cry more. I actually love crying. Dominique makes me cry all the time, in a good way. So just bear with me in that regard. First of all, thank you, Dominique, for being exactly who you are. A warm, loving, caring, completely unique, and wonderful woman. Thank you for helping me believe. Believe in myself, to believe in joy, and to believe in love. When we met, I knew I was feeling something I had never felt before, something so special, energetic, and tender. Something I knew I wanted to draw nearer to, as so many people do when they meet you. They want to really become your friend, and in my case, I knew I wanted to become your husband. And I did this when in the past it was just so easy for me to flip the page if things weren't exactly right for me. When I looked into your eyes, I knew I could trust you with everything I am. Thank you for being such an authentic person and sharing yourself with me, and for allowing me to be completely authentic and share my fullest self with you. I have nothing to hide from you, and I know the same is true for me, for you towards me. And on this account, since I hide nothing from you, thank you for putting up with my bullshit and for helping me conquer my weakest characteristics. Thank you for helping me become a better man, brother, son, friend, and hopefully in the future to become a better father. You are so life-giving, and you have made me so much stronger, wiser, and more healthy. You truly allow me to see the divine in each day. You really help me find my soul. In the past 2 years of our pandemic engagement, I haven't focused on what we've been missing, but instead I've focused on what is always all around me, your beauty in abundance, and beauty in abundance in general. I see this abundance in you each day. For my promises. I've often been told that relationships are hard, that they take work and compromise. And while I fully trust this to be true and take this advice willingly anytime I hear it, after 8 years together, we know this all too well ourselves because we've been through a lot. We can both be stubborn, we can both be passionate people. And while I know this, I also know that I love you more today than I ever have. And I will love you tomorrow more than I love you today. I promise I will gladly and continually work to strengthen our relationship and myself each day. And I promise I will indeed fall short, fail, and upset you along the way, despite my best intentions. And I know life will throw us its challenges. I promise to commit to you in our marriage each day, to be honest, steadfast, and true. I promise I will honor you in my words and in my actions. While I also promise to honor our families who love us dearly, and I promise to honor the love they share with us. Lastly, I promise to be the best father I can be to the children that I pray will be blessed with in due time. Dominique, your courage, peace, and grace help me daily, and I'm so excited for everything life has in store for us. I love you, my sweets. These pants are way too tight for this. Since I did this 2 years ago in Sausalito in my very own way, I wanted to share this especially with my mom, Kim, and Lee. Dominique, each day with you is such a gift. Before I met you, I lived an exciting life and I thought my life was full. However, the last 8 years have undoubtedly been the best years of my life, thanks to you. I have never for one moment doubted my love for you, and I know every little thing in life is better with you. I cherish each moment with you. One of my greatest pleasures in life is waking up in the morning and looking over to your sweet, angelic face, peacefully sleeping next to me. It truly warms my heart and fills me with gratitude. And I'm so lucky to be the man to walk through this world with you. I love you with all my being. Will you please be my wife?
Y'all took my moment. by the power invested in me, I now present to you this beautiful couple, husband and wife. You may kiss your bride again.
Isso aí, os passos vão pelas ruas, ninguém reparou na lua, a vida sempre continua. Eu não sei parar de te olhar, eu não sei parar de te olhar, não vou parar de te olhar, eu não me canso de olhar, não sei parar de te olhar.
My name is Margaret Khoury. I'm Dominique Sutu, the Arabic word for grandmother. I have been honored with the task of saying a prayer before the meal and a blessing on our beautiful bridal couple. May I ask you all to join hands and bow your heads. Thank you. Dear Lord, we gather in this beautiful setting in a spirit of celebration and gratitude. We thank you for the blessing of bringing Dommy and Brett together in marriage today. We ask you to bless their marriage, their families, and their friends. Help them to stay strong in any adversity and to treasure and to protect each other in the joy of marriage. May we as their family here present and those who were unfortunately unable to attend encourage and support them on their journey going forward. We remember with love and gratitude our loved ones who have passed on. For Dommy's grandfather, Jadu Michael Khoury, and her cousin Mikey Khoury, Brett's brother, Matthew Sutton, grandparents, Ralph and Patricia Sutton, Roseanne and Kenneth von Hartzenberg, Kip von Hartzenberg, and Don Knieven and Steve Sutton, May they watch over us all the days of our lives. We ask you to bless the hands that prepared the food and the providers, toast caterers for this extraordinary meal. Lord, may peace and joy reign in Dommy and Brett's home, and may their marriage be fruitful and blessed. Amen. In conclusion, my darlings Dommy and Brett, your family in South Africa can't wait to be with you in Uncle Gavin and Auntie Tertia's home and to carry on the celebrations in joy and gratitude. God bless you all.
My babies, look at them. Just look at them. Let's just take a moment and look at them. Dommy and Brett. My beautiful lovebirds. Let me start. Are you ready? Good evening, family and friends. What a joy it is to see you all sitting here beside us all. Tonight, as we celebrate the union of Dominique and Brett Curry Sutton. Tonight, as I welcome you, on behalf of all my family here at this table, my family from South Africa present here tonight, our family members at home in Cape Town, South Africa, together with my dear mother, Margaret Curry, I extend to you a warm and joyous welcome. Tonight, as we honor our beautiful couple in holy matrimony, we are reminded how important family and friends are. To each of you loved ones here this evening, and those who have traveled from both near and afar to be with us, please know how thankful we are to have you here with us tonight in celebration. For those of us who are not able to join us this evening, know that we are celebrating you and we are with you in spirit and in our heart always. Reverend Aaron Marble, there you are. Thank you so much for the wonderful ceremony that you performed today for Dominique and Brett. It was so special listening to your words. It was so personal and so touching, and we really appreciate you having you here tonight and your lovely family. Thank you for honoring us. Father Michael, who performed an intimate blessing for Dominique and Brett yesterday at Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Church, we are so grateful. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce to you my family. I've been bountifully blessed with 3 beautiful children. I'm so proud of each of you. My Lolly, my Dommy, and my Christian. You are my greatest gift and blessing. Each of you love and care for each other so much, and it makes my heart so proud. It gives me great pleasure and pride to say that I have gained another son in you, Brett, and treasure you along with Lolly, Dommy, and Christian as my son and my child. To my partner, Victor, the love of my life, I thank you for being by my side, my darling, for embracing my children and my family, and for all your love and devotion that you have shown me all these years. I welcome the Valentino family, and I'm so happy that you're all with us tonight. I'm delighted to introduce you to my loving siblings in South Africa, from South Africa, who are here and have traveled so far to be present with us tonight and to celebrate this momentous celebration. My dear brother Gavin, his wife and sister to me, Tertia, my sister Nicola, There she is. Yay, Nikki. Husband of my sister Kubi Karen, Roberto. My nieces, Tatum, our maid of honor, Alessia Maria, Justine and Jade, where are you? We are so thankful that you've been able to be with us in love and support my darling family during this special time in all our lives. To my beloved family in South Africa, who were not able to be present with us tonight, our angel Mikey in heaven, my dear sister Karen, our twins Danny and Francesca, our nephews and godchild Matthew and Jordan, my darling mom, we miss you, but we are so thankful that you're together with Sutu, celebrating with us in spirit tonight. It's with great joy and so much love that I introduce to you my precious mother, Margaret. Mommy's not able to be with us tonight, but she continues to heal and recover from her heart surgery just a few months ago. My mother was blessed to have married the true love of her life, my adoring father, Michael Curry. The center of my father's universe was always my mother, his queen, his 4 beautiful children, and his 12 grandchildren, his life. Our rich Lebanese heritage is steeped in welcoming all into one's household, with open heart and open home. My parents exemplified this in the tradition that is with this generosity of heart that I welcome you all tonight and my new extended family. It's an honor for me to introduce and welcome Michael and Kimberly Sutton, proud parents of our groom, Brett Matthew Sutton. Kimmy and Mike, you have raised the most wonderful boy and son in Brett and man. Your love and dedication as parents is evident in the beautiful son that you have nurtured and loved along with your sons, Angel Matthew, Jay, Peter, Mickey. It's been a lovely experience in planning with you D&B's wedding. We've so loved sharing all our wonderful planning together, Kimmy, and our families. And it's just been so wonderful getting to know you both and your dear family all these years. It's been 8 years now. We've been so happy to be introduced to your growing family, along with your sons, wife and wife-to-be, Stephanie and Emily. Where are you? Stephanie and Emily. Engaged now to be married in a couple of months. And your darling grandchildren, our lovely little ring bearers, who were very fabulous in trying to bring those rings down the aisle, our little Finny and our little Ezra. To all the Sutton and von Herstenberg families, we welcome you with open arms and wish you the most memorable stay here in San Diego. We look forward to many more family celebrations as one big happy family in the years to come, both here in San Diego and also in our Queen City of Cincinnati. We've got the pictures to prove it, right? Queens in Cincy, right? Kimmy and I in our Halloween costumes. Do you remember? And the hot tub, when it was raining and snowing, she got me in a hot tub. Can you believe it? It was crazy. She popped her swimming bathing suit on the thing, and then she sends me a text message, come down, I'm in the hot tub. I said, it can't be true. I've just had my hair done. I've flown in. I have no bathing suit. And there's Kimmy with her curls going down, and Mike is waiting with the towel. And I'm so shy, I don't know where to put myself. And then the next minute I know I'm in the hot tub with Kimmy and it's raining. And it was like 30 degrees or something. Yeah, it was chilly. Anyway, that's a side note. Back to the project. My beautiful daughter, Dominique, you look just exquisite in your bridal gown tonight, my Dommy. Dommy, Dombella, Domsies, Doodle. It's been such a joy, my baby, to watch you grow and to blossom into the beautiful woman that you are today. And in culmination of this evening, you are the most extraordinary woman. My memory of the first sight that I saw you as a newborn baby with Sutu by my side, and you were swaddled in your pink little gown, and those beautiful big dark almond eyes. I tell you that story so often. So alert, so curious, and so awake, Dommy. You took my breath away. And you did that tonight to me too, walking down the aisle with you. What a privilege and an honor to have for me to walk you down the aisle in the manner that we did, and to be present at this spectacular and such a beautiful service tonight. Thank you, my Dommy. You are bountifully blessed, my Dom, with so many great gifts. Your beauty radiates from the inside and out. Your sweet, strong, and compassionate nature are what define you. And it's not a coincidence that you would find your match in the man of your dreams, in the loving arms of your adoring husband, Brett, who has honored you so beautifully in his love tonight and his vows to you. And thank you for getting on that knee. That was fabulous. Kimmy, don't we appreciate that? We did appreciate that very much. I'd love to end off with my lovebirds. I call them my lovebirds, my sweet lovebirds. I'm wearing a scarf tonight, actually, from South Africa, and the motif on the scarf are these beautiful leopards. And I don't know if you can see them all, but they're actually called the lovebird leopards. So I'm wearing this beautiful shawl in just in honor of the two of you, my beautiful lovebirds. And etched in porcelain, my mother had a beautiful porcelain sculpture that I had brought all the way from South Africa to give to Dominique and Brett as their wedding. And Sutu Margaret gave this to you for your wedding gift. And I just welcome you as husband and wife to enjoy with every fiber of your being the celebratory and sumptuous feast of your lives. With all my love and gratitude, welcome, everyone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that wonderful? Thank you. I don't know where to start. Would you like to start?
No, thank you.
Lee, I feel very welcome. I'd like to thank you with my entire family that you welcomed us so much, and I really do feel part of the family. Thank you. For those who don't know us, I've gotten around to meet a lot of you, and it's neat to kind of sit up here and talk, because I've really met a lot of you this week and throughout the Brett's years, really. So it's fun to look out and see everybody out there that we know and saw everybody grow up. So welcome from Mike and Kim Sutton to San Diego. And if those who don't know, we're Brett, Mom and Dad. So we actually had to raise Brett Sutton. Think about that. But in a little more serious note, everybody said this, but thank you from the bottom of our hearts for coming out here and sharing this beautiful moment that's been a long time coming with us. It's not easy for people to come out here. Some of you left your spouses at home and are partying still. But we do appreciate it. It's not easy to get out here, long weekend, airfare and everything, but thanks a lot. We appreciate it. I'd be remiss not to give our families a shout out. They're over in the corner there. Wave your hands there. I have my two sisters over there that look a lot alike. They say they look like me. They're lucky. And Kim has her brothers over there. They're all K brothers. If you forget them, just call they're Kevin, Kurt, Kim. It's an all K, but Kenny, Kent. But and a lot of our extended family couldn't make it.
Kirsten. Oh yeah.
Kirsten. Kirsten, stand up, please. Yeah. But I would like to remember those that couldn't make it. We have a big extended family. I know they're here looking down on us, and I know that I wish they were here, but they're not. But they're remembering us tonight. So, well, Brett, son number 3, finally makes it to the altar, and many of you have to probably think, why the hell did it take him 8 years to get here? But I mean, come on. Yeah, he's an idiot, but Brett, globe-trotted across the world. He is, and we're super proud of him. Kim and I are. He took a page out of his grandfather's book, and I always told him, I said, Brett, it's a big world out there. Go see it, and he did see it. Dami was able to go with him on a lot of his adventures, and that brought them closer. And we're super proud of them for doing that. As many of you know, Kim and I had 5 sons, and you're going to hear from 3 of them a little bit later here, and that will be interesting. But the one thing that really eluded us was we did not have a daughter, nor did we have a granddaughter. And so, so we have 2 grandsons. You saw them this weekend, but we now have a daughter in Dami. And she follows our first daughter, Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm going to close just because she's been mentioned and my father's been mentioned, but Brett lost both of his grandparents, and he was super, super tight with Kim's mother, Grandy. And boy, you should hear their conversations. It was interesting. And they're both looking down, and my dad, Ralph, he was super close with his grandfather, Ralph. And this is the way Ralph and Brett were. Brett was going to take my dad to Florida. And so I said, Brett, why don't you stop and get a couple books on tape? I said, you and Dad are going to be in the car. He looked at me and said, Dad, why would I do that? I said, well, you're going to have a lot of time together. He said, we plan on talking the whole way about our lives and everything. And that's what happened. So that's the way Brett was 15 years ago, and that's the way he still is now. But anyway, the love of my life is standing right by me. And
just supporting a short speech.
And we're going to be married 39 years next week. And I'm going to hand it over to her.
And I'm going to say Thank you for being here. Brett called me right after he met Dominique and said, Mom, I have met the woman I'm going to marry. We knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. There's so many things I could say, but let's get this party started. So I'm going to move it on.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. We are gathered here today to honor something so truly magical, unique, and wonderful that it simply had to be celebrated. I am, of course, talking about the buffet. I'd like to start off by saying that Dami is so lucky to have met the most loving, caring, talented, and funny person when I was born. Jokes aside, I am beyond excited that my Dom found her happily ever after with you, Brett. Dr. Seuss said it best. We are all a little weird, and life is a little weird. And when we find somebody whose weirdness matches ours, we join up with them and fall into mutual weirdness and call it love. Dom Bretta, you look incredible. So now let me tell you a little bit about my unique relationship with Dominique Elizabeth. We met in the early 90s, back in a time when Nelson Mandela was released from prison in South Africa after 27 years of imprisonment. NASA deployed the Hubble Space Telescope, and one of the largest and most well-preserved Tyrannosaurus Rex fossilized skeletons was found. While all that was happening, Dom and I were wearing stockings on our heads to compensate for our alarming lack of hair. We even plaited the legs so we'd look more like Jasmine. Fast forward a couple of years, and you'd find us both sitting on the floor of an industrial-sized fridge, eating chocolate mousse pudding with soup ladles. That's right. It takes courage to become who you really are. If there's one thing that we've learned, it's that we make a pretty formidable team. From conquering the sand dunes in the Namibian desert, to being squashed in rush hour madness on the London tubes, and even taking a cruise, 2 cabs, and a train to Florence to find an artist from a photograph. My wish, if I could have one, would be that everyone has a Dominique in their life. She is the most loving person that I have ever met. In the heart of her soul, all she wants to do is nurture everyone around her. And at the end of the day, she just wants everyone to love each other and constantly have a smile in their hearts. If she had her own mantra, it would be, make hummus, not war. Dami, you are the most beautiful bride I've ever seen. And if there's one thing I want you to know from my heart to yours, it's Etna, you're timeless to me. Okay, so enough about Dom's Nobel Peace Prizes. Brett, you look gorgeous. And I want to steal this moment to tell everyone a little bit about our relationship too. We officially met on Thursday. But true to 21st century style, our relationship blossomed online a long time ago. The best part, you weren't a catfish. True to the kind, fun-loving voice always piping up on our calls, in person you are that same sunshine soul. Brett, you've shown Dami so much love and support, which I can never thank you enough for. And you also make her happy in one way I never can. I want you to know that I have watched you love Dom from the moment that you came into her life. I see the way that you look at her, how you appreciate her, and how you understand her. and I'm so honored that we can share the title of Dom's best friend. And now you'll get to share all of your firsts together, just like Dom and I did growing up. Your first child, your first home, and all the rest of the good stuff. And I share her, knowing that you will love her just as much as I do. To Dombretta, I love you with all my heart.
First, I want to say thank you to the Corey and the Sutton family for this joyous celebration. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Francesca, and Dominique is one of my best friends. I cherish our relationship so much because, as many of you know, she is one of the most beautiful souls. Dominique and I met in college our freshman year, and since then have had so many fun memories together. I don't think I can pick just one memory that encapsulates our friendship because there isn't just one. Dominique, I admire you so much. I admire your grace, your strength, and most of all, your kindness. You allow everyone that you meet to be as they are, and I think that's such a gift. I am so honored to be standing here on one of the biggest days of your life, because you've been there for me on some of the biggest days of my life as well. When Dom met Brett, I knew that he was such a special person in her life. He exudes so much joy for life, and just as Dominique does. One of the memories that I remember the most is when I visited them in Sausalito in their small apartment. And I had thought I had just gone up for a little visit and we were going to hang out. But Brett had other plans for us. We were going to go olive harvesting. So he put Dominique and I both to work, and we went to the olive farm. And I remember he set up the tarps, and he explained exactly what we were supposed to do. And he was going to work on one tree, and Dominique and I were going to work on the other tree. And Dominique and I were picking out the olives so meticulously, only searching for the good ones. And Brett comes over after 45 minutes and says, "No, you don't have to pick that good of ones. Like, you can just put them in the bucket." We eventually finished, but it showed so much of who Brett is. He had so much patience for us, and it shows how kind he is. And you're welcome. And also how hardworking he is. I know together their love can accomplish anything. I hope you remember all the love and the support that you feel here today. And I hope you allow every day of your marriage to be one of the most beautiful days of your lives together. Congratulations.
So sweet. Good evening, everyone. Some amazing speeches so far. Well done, everyone. Just want to start out, obviously, by introducing myself to anyone who I haven't personally met, but I'm Dominique's younger brother, the youngest in the family. Thank you to everyone here who has come here to celebrate this momentous occasion for our family. From all the San Diegan friends, those coming from Northern Kentucky and Cincinnati, to all the other pockets of the country and the world, you all deserve to be celebrated here tonight. Also, a very special thank you to our family in South Africa. There were a lot of obstacles for you all to come here, and we really appreciate you guys being here tonight, and it means so much to us because you are so very special. For all our special loved ones that could not make it, believe me when I say we will celebrate, eat, and drink in your honor. Dom Bellica. So many memories growing up. One of the few known facts about Dominic and I is that she used to use me as her little life-size doll. She would somehow convince me to let her put her hair curls in my hair, nail polish on my fingers, and dress me up, and think that this was all somehow normal. At the end of the day, it was all because she viewed me as her twin. And we really were twins. Another beautiful memory was of us with our Situ, who couldn't make it here tonight, but who said that amazing, beautiful prayer earlier, that we would go and basically take all these creams in my Situ's medicine cabinet or her bathroom, and we'd mix them all together into different concoctions and massage them into her feet for the next 30 minutes to an hour, sometimes in competition with each other. But these were things that twins did, and at the end of the day, it was special twin memories. Even though you're my twin, you really have been an incredible older sister to me. You are a strong, intelligent, hardworking, and moral woman. I always feel confident to come to you for advice or help. My twin, our special bond has only strengthened over the years and will only grow stronger. Always remain who you are. I love you. Brettos. In case you can't tell, we give a lot of nicknames in this family. Some that are very cute, but at the end of the day, they all display a really big level of intimacy and trust within the family. I'm Christy, or Doobie, or Doobs, or Dom calls me Doobie Man a lot. That's off Scooby-Dooby-Doo, just so you know. Victor, Vivi, V or Vic. Lawrence, Law Dog, the regulator, the law. The rouster. Mom, Mama, Luby, or simply our angel. Dominic is Dom, Dommy, Dombella, or my own creation, Dombellica. All three children are our mom's cherubs. So as you can tell, nicknames are very important. The moment Lawrence and myself started giving Brett his nickname, Brettos, Suddies, apparently maybe now Baboon or something. Yeah, as of last night, courtesy of Jay, among others, this is when the transition really became of a person who's dating my sister to a friend and a brother who I now know and love. And Brett, I do love you. You are my brother, and I'm so happy to have you in this family. Together, what a couple. Your love, empathy, and compassion towards each other and others in your life illustrates the strength of your bond. While this may be one of the best days of your life, I'm reminded of a quote by Tolkien from The Hobbit. The greatest adventure is what lies ahead. Today and tomorrow are yet to be said. The chances, the changes are all yours to make. The mold of your life is in your hands to break. The greatest adventure is there if you're bold. Let go of the moment that life makes you hold. The greatest adventure is what lies ahead. I love you both and can't wait to see where your adventures take you.
What a beautiful evening. I just feel this energy in this room. It's really incredible. So it's an honor to be with all of you tonight. And Dom, you look so beautiful. You truly are an angel. I'm going to start off with a speech from my cousin Matthew and my late cousin Michael, who's in heaven. Brett and Dom, congratulations on finally getting married. The third time, I think. A special occasion that you will all get to share in and witness. Your love for each other is so tangible and so evident. I can't wait to see you and what the future holds for both of you. I'm so excited to see you both when you arrive in Cape Town and celebrate this amazing occasion together. I wish both of you many years of love, happiness, and amazing memories together. All our love, Matthew and Michael. It's been a very emotional night for all of us, and emotion's good. It's just amazing to see all the connection, all the love, all the family here. It's truly, I would say, the best night of my life to see my sister so happy. Dominique and I have such a unique bond, a bond that can never be matched. She truly is the rock of our family, and she binds us all together. Through Dominique, she brings love, happiness, and a heart full of joy. We always look to Dominique as our leader and as the person that will get us through any moment in life. So with Dominique, we find ourselves. We go to Dominique through every single time in our lives, when we're down, when we're sad, when we're happy. We know we can count on Dominique. Dominique is there for everyone. And like I said earlier, she truly is an angel. We have an unspoken bond that is unbreakable, and she unites our family from South Africa to Lebanon to here in San Diego and the future in Cincinnati. We just love you so much, Dom. And I know how proud my Judah Michael and my Situ are of you and Brett. You know, they were soulmates, and you guys are the definition of soulmates. So a really interesting story. I actually met Brett before he met Dom. And the moment I met Brett, I knew this man was just really an amazing athlete. He was in the gym at USD, same time I was, doing 2-3 times a day workouts. And his ambition to just be the best athlete at that time, you could see it. But he was always there to help others. Brett was always there to help someone who needed like an extra lift or how are you doing, always made time for someone. And when Brett gave his time, you can see it. He always had an amazing heart. And one day I got a random message from Brett in my Facebook, on my Facebook message saying, "Hey, I met your sister." But this is a testament to the type of gentleman he is. Who would send a message to someone's brother like this and saying, "Hey, I met your sister, she's so beautiful, I would like the honor of taking her out." That says everything about Brett Sutton and how he was raised. And right away, before responding back, I talked to my sister. I said, "How would you like me to respond?" She says, and she said, "Absolutely, yes." So it was just incredible to see these two just grow over the 8+ years. Each year, they grow stronger and stronger together, and their bond grows stronger and stronger. It's a real honor just to be here with you both. I love you with all my heart. I wish you a lifetime of happiness and love together. And thank you for letting me be part of this amazing journey with you. Love you both.
My name's Shane, and I'm here to introduce Brett's brothers, his best men, for their speeches. But Brett told me I'm allowed to have up to 2 minutes, so I thought I'd take advantage of that. Dominique, you've heard all weekend how amazing of a woman you are. And I want you to know that you're marrying an equally amazing man. Tonight's ceremony signified a permanent handoff of Brett from us to you. And with that, I believe there are a few disclaimers about Brett that it should come with. So without further ado, allow me to begin. Disclaimer number 1, Brett has a true spirit of adventure. He recently invited me to go whitewater kayaking for the first time in the month of December. He told me I would be great at it. In the first 5 minutes, I was forced to swim breaststroke, fully submerged, underwater, in sub-zero currents, while wearing street clothes. There were points where I was fighting for my life. Disclaimer number 2. Brett is a man of the arts. Whether he's trying to sell you a photograph that he took of himself, or singing Sledgehammer at 2 different karaoke bars in the same night, he's passionate about art, music, and culture. He's also no stranger to the dance floor, be it a stomp routine, a grade school mixer, or even a funeral. Brett does not discriminate. He was so open-minded in our childhood that he always found time to grind with my much older and developed sister when he saw her to dance. Disclaimer number 3. Brett has an innate sense of justice. He once escalated a situation when he called shotgun on a car ride and felt that his claim was not being respected. That was because I was already in the front seat. There were only a few punches thrown, and I'm glad that Brett and I were able to put that behind us. Disclaimer number 4. Brett has the Mamba mentality. He led his 8th grade basketball team to a 30-win season, which I think is more than the Lakers have this year. I think his team's only loss was to a humble area school. Brett was injured for that game, but he supported his team from the stands by letting every player on the other team know that they were only winning because he wasn't playing. He's even recently taken to giving himself the title as the greatest basketball player in our high school's history. Despite only logging 12 total minutes of varsity playing time in his career. Disclaimer number 5. Brett is an entrepreneur. Brett worked for me for a short period of time at the Jewish Community Center. He wasn't of their faith, but he mentioned to me that his looks were Jewish passing. That job wasn't his primary source of income, though. He would have his staff pick basil during their downtime to prepare homemade jars of pesto, which he would then sell to them, those who helped him package it. We call this singular level marketing. He even offered me a discounted friends and family rate for a jar because he used my payroll to have his staff prepare it. Disclaimer number 6. Brett doesn't see color. No, not because he's actually colorblind. It's because one time, despite knowing me for many years, Brett thought I might be African American. Why did Brett think I might be harboring a more exotic and soulful heritage? He told me that it was because I looked very similar to my stepfather Norris, who looked like Ronald from the Isley Brothers. He also mentioned that my vertical was above average for someone with such a stunted build. And then, reluctant and politely, Brett admitted to me that my sister was so thick, it had him confused about our family heritage. Dom, we're so grateful and eager to share Brett and these amazing qualities with you. I wish you many years of happy marriage, and I cheers to you both. Next up, I'd like to introduce Jay Brett's brother.
My name's Jay. I can't follow that up. I've been saying Shane Wiggins is a piece of work all week long, and that's Shane Wiggins for you. I'll make this really quick. There's been a theme of Brett of being this worldly traveler, and I don't have some great meetup story about Dom and Brett, but Brett, he doesn't just go on semesters abroad. He's lived in Sao Paulo, Bellingham, Washington, Costa Rica, New Orleans, and he's not just doing college trips there. He's got 1099s. He's filing taxes everywhere. He's worked in so many places. It's unbelievable. But there was one instance where he signed up for the Peace Corps in Burkina Faso. And I was like, great job, Brett. That's fantastic. I look forward to yet again another great trip for Brett Sutton. And I got a call from my mom a couple weeks later, and we're talking about something, probably talking about Grandy and the family. I was living somewhere else, and she says, well, Brett's coming home from Ouagadougou and not gonna finish up his trip in Burkina Faso. I was like, whoa, that's never happened before. Why is that? Oh, well, I actually just heard about some new young woman he had met. And I realized that Dom was the kryptonite for Brett's seemingly worldly travels. And so I knew something was very special about Dom. And we had met very briefly before that, but I knew you had done something very special with Brett Sutton. You'd brought him out of his element, and you're gonna take him to new places. So, we talk about all of Brett's hustles, and you hear about how nice and polite Dom is, and all her knife skills throughout the week, and how nice they are. But you actually haven't heard about her brute strength. So recently, when I was visiting back from Boston, Brett had a new art installation done in the Pendleton district of Over the Rhine. Very nice. And he said, Brett, can you help me move some art down there? So I said, yeah, fantastic. I'll meet you at your place in Park Hills. You just move a couple pieces of art down to the Pendleton. And we show up, and he gives me this big piece of art that's basically this big, and gives me a convertible car and said, Dom and Jay, can you guys move this piece down? So Dom and I you remember Dom? We are going across the Brent Spence Bridge in 50-mile-an-hour winds, and Dom is holding her hand out the back, holding this piece of art, which is basically a wing across. So, Dom, Brett, I can't wait to help you out and experience your new endeavors together. Can't wait to grow in our love and relationship together. Hand it off to my brother Peter.
Hello, everyone. I'm Peter. I'm the middle brother. And growing up in a family of a bunch of boys, we're flowing with testosterone, I would say. We thrived on sports. And one part about my relationship with Brett, with all my brothers, is we were a year apart. We did virtually everything together, whether it was sports, friends, even girls. Like Brett, I emulated my life off Brett. We overtracked, our lives crisscrossed so much. And I got so much fun in my relationship with Brett. He taught me how to be confident. He taught me how to dance. He taught me my music style. There's not many 12 or 14-year-olds driving to school for 30 minutes every day. Usually just turn on the radio, whatever. Brett would put on a clinic. It would be Jethro Tull, greatest hits. Sue George, greatest hits. Steel Pulse, greatest hits. Not your typical radio stuff. He was always teach me things, taking me places. There were some things I couldn't emulate about Brett, even though I wanted to. I'm fair-skinned, red hair. I didn't look good in dreads. I have a widow's peak, and I tried to cut my hair into a protractor cut that everyone knew he did back in high school. I didn't look good in jean shorts and reggae. But most of the things about me I got because of my brother Brett, because I spent so much time with him, with his friends. I played sports with him. I mean, many of you know, Seth knows for sure, everything about what me and Brett did was competitive and fun, but he always let me be there and be involved and was a great brother for me in everything I did. When he left, and which Brett and Jay, mentioned, he went all over the world. The world was truly his oyster. He traveled to South America, Africa, South Pacific. A lot of times I was asked by people like, yo, what's Brett up to? His younger brother, what's he doing? And I'm just like, I don't know. Like I know he's in South America. He'll be back. If I had to bet where he'd be 5 years later, I would have not have bet in the continental U.S., getting married to a beautiful woman. And what Jay said, Dom was that common denominator that brought Brett back. He'd always come back to see us, but he was always out doing the next thing, the next place, meeting more people, more friends. And Dom was truly that person who was able to bring him back, bring him home, and then do those things with him. So I'm very excited for where they're going, what's going to happen, and very awesome to call Brett my older brother. He's a great older brother to me. Thank you. Cheers.
All right, I know you've heard from a lot of people tonight, so I'll try to keep this brief, but my name is Mickey. I'm Brett's youngest brother, and as the youngest, I like to think that we saved the best for last. So, Brett told me to keep this short, gotta stay on time, which, coming from Brett is quite ironic. As I'm sure many of you know, Brett's never really subscribed to what he's probably dubbed the societal construct of staying on time. For Brett, 7:30 is 8, maybe 9, you know the type. I've dubbed it Brett time from time to time. I think those that know Brett have probably heard something like, hey, I show up on time for the important things, or hey, I'm present 100% of the time when I'm there. Or I make my time count. But in all seriousness, Brett's defense of making the most of his time captures his personality very well. He's intelligent, mindful, and present. He makes the most of every day, more than anyone I ever know. That's something I always admired about him. He does not waste time. Many of you here tonight that have spent a lot of time with Brett, I'm sure have heard a story or a recap of his day that goes like, hey, I got up early, made an exquisite coffee, I fired up the adventure mobile, I cruised around, I took some photos, then I worked out, hit the hot tub, sauna, cooked dinner, then I got black raspberry chip from Grader's. And he's telling you this while you're sitting across from him at a Skyline Chili past midnight. His energy is unmatched. He's intentional with his time. And as I said, he's not wasteful. But the funny thing about time is that as much as we try to capture it and control it and fill it with memories, it's often that, that unintentional timing that brings the most to life and is the most profound. Sometimes only when we drop the agenda and embrace the experience does life present its biggest gifts. And I think that brings me to Brett and Dom. Brett met Dom at a time that many wouldn't expect to find their soulmate, months before going on a 24-month stint in Africa in the Peace Corps. Brett was out on town to support his friend, and as fate would have it, Dom happened to be at the same place. A mutual friend introduced the two, and in the words of Brett, after a brief introduction, they went their separate ways that night, but Brett saw her from across the room and took a chance. He walked over, introduced himself, and they started chatting for a while. Eventually, Dom said she had to leave, but as I'm told, not many steps out the door, she turned back around because she wanted to spend a little more time with Brett, and the rest is history. I like to think that Brett, being on just that Brett time, led him straight to you, Dom. He timed it well that night. But while it's true both could use an extra 10 or 15 minutes from time to time, I think we all could, both nurture and push each other to be the best versions of themselves, healthy, productive, mindful, and present. They have an affinity for the details. Above all else, they know that the true joys of life are spent with friends and family. And that this weekend has shown me that very much. I'm so happy to be getting a new sister in Dom, but I'm also very happy to be getting 2 new brothers-in-law in Dubes, and a great, genuine, heartfelt, extended family in all the Coreys. It's so nice to meet you all. I've enjoyed spending our time together this week and look forward to the future. So I realize I'm what stands in between you and this dance floor, so I'll wrap up. Brett and Dom, know that as you grow together, your family and your friends will be here to support your dreams, your goals, your marriage, and the next chapter of your love story. We're here for you, thick or thin. We always will be. Brett and Dom dance to a song that makes me bawl every time I hear it. There's a line that in that song, he's saying, "I can't take my eyes off of you." And I hope you never stop taking your eyes off each other. And I hope that you always live life on your own time together. I love you.
I will be extremely brief. One word, humbled. Humbled by everything. By the generosity of Leanne, the generosity of the Coreys, my family. Humbled to be a married man to this beautiful and incredible woman. Humbled by this guy over here. I'll have words for him afterwards. But there's so much love in this room, and it's time to party. But I thank you all. I thank you all.
So soon